This Hangout on air is live. Welcome everybody, this is Matt Monarch with the Raw Food World, and you just missed my screaming bout for about 5 minutes straight, and her eyes like, it's because I was trying to get this thing to work, but I'm here. All right, so here we are. Can everybody see me? Let me know. And here we are. So what we got to do is go to the questions page. Sorry, everybody, that I didn't make the last Hangout last week. I was on an airplane, and there was just nothing that I could possibly do to do this Hangout. First one I've missed. And is today August 4th? Let's look. Yes. Okay, so we got today's questions right here. Okay. The Raw Food Expo in Arizona was pretty awesome, crazy intense. Coconut water. All right. Angela's sister is here with her 2 daughters and her dad visiting. It's been nonstop here at the Monarch Ranch. First was the Raw Food Retreat, then there was crazy traveling for the expo, then dealing with Angela's visa, and now back here working with her parents. So here we go. Terry writes, hi Matt, welcome back, missed you last week. How do you feel when you public speak, Matt? Have you ever felt nervous? You made a shrinky-dink for Dada? Wow. Look, everybody. Look at this pretty shrinky-dink she just made for me. It used to be this big, and it went shrink to that big. And now it's hard. Before it was like a flimsy piece of plastic. Pretty cool. How lucky am I? All right. So she writes, how do you feel when you public speak? Well, every situation is different. Depends on who's in the audience, what's on the line, you name it. It went extremely well. It was probably one of the best talks I've ever done. Meaning that was probably one of the most difficult. So actually, maybe we'll actually be able to stream it at some point. I know that they wanted to put that out there, and I might make a DVD. I don't know. I have to look at it to see if it's even really good. It felt good. There's a difference when watching something on video versus being there live in person. It's more of a 6-dimensional experience versus a 2-dimensional experience. And it's the same with these Hangouts. It's different if you're watching live versus if you're watching a replay. All right, let's check this out. Yenny writes 5 hours ago. Viewers are popping up faster, faster, faster. Hi, Matt. Do you give any supplements at all to Oria? I have a 3.5-year-old son. We raise him as almost 100% raw vegan. He eats raw fruits and vegetables for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but occasionally eats steamed stir-fry veggies at dinner with quinoa. He has always been in the 5th percentile in terms of height and weight. We are Asian. I am thinking to supplement him with marine phytoplankton. What do you think of this? Marine phytoplankton's great. I watched your YouTube video with Angela where she said that she took marine phytoplankton as well during pregnancy. Which brand would you recommend? And is the liquid form better than the powder form? We're actually getting a new marine phytoplankton at some point soon, which is incredible. And it's a powder form. It's much more concentrated than the liquid form. You get more bang for your dollar and for gram. So, yeah. Angela also mentioned that she took Andreas oil during pregnancy. I'm not sure. We have something called omega Zen plus EPA, which has DHA and EPA in there. So if that's what you're trying to get here, then that would probably be a really good product. Omega Zen plus EPA on our website. Andreas oils we no longer have, but we do have hemp oils and chia oils. It was just that the same stuff is a different brand. And then Yenny writes more. I'm so sorry, Matt. I have more questions to ask you. Vegetable juice is probably one of the best things you can give them if they're willing to drink it.
I want the shrinking back.
You want the shrinking back now?
Because I made two for you. Want to get?
What can you do? You get a present and then she takes it away. She said it was for me. I've been posting questions in the past live hangouts, but they were towards the end of the hangout, so questions didn't get answered. Now I get two? Two pretty ballerinas! Whee! Let's see how long I get a hold of these for. All right. We are trying to conceive very soon, in 3 months. Right now, my diet is 75% raw, 25% cooked vegetarian. I'm trying to become 100% raw in the next 3 months because I want to be 100% raw during pregnancy. Is this a good idea? I mean, why do you want to be 100% raw? It's a big difference from 75 to 100%. I mean, you could do it. Is there a need for it? I mean, Whole Foods is healthy. I mean, you could do it if you wanted to. I'm not a doctor, and I recommend seeking advice from a professional doctor. I'm trying to become 100% raw. Okay. I am planning to do Master Cleanse next week for 2 weeks. Like, that's cool for like just cleansing before you get pregnant. Will my body be deficient in vitamins and minerals? The best thing you could do is a green juice fast with enemas. If you're willing to do something like that, that's the best way to clean yourself out. Way more effective than this. And it's less harsh on the body. Well, I have time to replenish it by the time we want to conceive. You're making it sound like something's wrong with you, like you have to do something. You sound like you're on a healthy Whole Foods diet right now. And it's like you want to do something, which seems unnecessary. I have done grape fat juice fasting and water fasting in the past. Can I take kelp supplement or iodine during pregnancy? Which brand of kelp supplement that Angela take daily? She takes Dr. Christopher's. I mean, I'm not the pregnancy expert here. Also, I'm planning to order maca for fertility for my husband, and currently I'm taking the raw maca. Which maca should I take during pregnancy? For my husband, is it better for the raw black maca? Yes. Gelatinized black maca is probably even better, but we don't have that. And I don't know about the quality of others, but we do have black raw maca. We're on the final bags of it. Do you carry both in your online store? Just the black maca right now. We don't have gelatinized right now. I also read that gelatinized maca is good for growth rates. So I'm thinking there was a clinical study done on that, on mice though, not humans. So you're thinking about giving to your son who's 3.5 years old. Which gelatinized maca would I give him? Thank you so much for your time. To be honest with you, vegetable juice is the best thing you can possibly drink, and just continue to do what you're doing. It sounds like you're on a Whole Foods diet, correct? It's like you don't have faith in your bodies or something. And then it's the lack of that faith, which can cause issues. There's like an owl there. it's like you've accomplished something, but you don't realize you've accomplished something by eating a whole foods diet. And then just take what you got to do to get nourishment. So I would just have more trust in the process, from my perspective. Unless you have some sort of health issue, which it doesn't seem like you do. It seems like you're on a whole foods diet. Drink lots of green vegetable juices, carrot juices. Carrot juice is incredible for children. Carrot green juice for your child would probably be the best thing they can possibly drink. It's good for growing bones, teeth, everything. Just do 2 vegetable juices a day, everybody, minimum. And then you're eating whole foods, so you're not eating processed foods that damage the human body. What else? I don't know. Sounds like you're doing a great job. You just gotta, the spiritual aspect of the fear here seems it has to, that's like the biggest factor, detrimental factor from my perspective in all this. Okay. Lisa KK writes, Matt, why don't you wash your hair more often? Just curious. Well, guess what, Lisa KK? I just washed my hair today, this morning. And I washed it right before this expo. I'm planning on washing it more often, but I think it's better not to wash it often. I think I can tell you the secret.
These things are for you.
Oh my goodness!
And even a teapot.
I even got Kip with the dog here. The secret to the whole hair thing is, if you don't wash your hair, you just got to make sure you put conditioner on the tips all the time. That's the secret. But I think it's good not to wash your hair all the time. I almost felt guilty doing it after just a week. Matt, are we going to see any interviews from your retreat on healing illness? Actually, there are 2 of them, and they're already on private on YouTube, and I'm going to release them one by one. There's actually 4 videos in total from the expo that are coming up soon. I'm actually going to start doing more YouTube videos starting this week or next week. I'm going to be doing many more. It's a big goal of mine. We're bringing it back, just like the old days. Look at all these shrinky dinks. It's crazy. More shrinky dinks? Oh my goodness, look at this pretty butterfly. Drop one on the floor. Okay, guys. We need more questions. Lisa KK writes, does your mom still follow a whole foods diet? Yes. Does she stray on occasion? No. The only way she would stray is if she's at a family dinner or something, or out to dinner, and she just takes a little piece of something. Or she just doesn't know better, like she doesn't realize this might not be good for her until I tell her. And if so, what does her body say about that? She's fine. By the way, how's your dad and brother? Any updates? My dad is losing weight like crazy. I got him this. What do you got here? This isn't. Wow. It's an Olaf Shrinky Dink, everybody. Olaf. That's amazing. She actually drew Olaf. All right. My dad has lost probably like 50 pounds right now. My plan worked. Got him the hot nutritionist, and now he's like 10 pounds. My brother, he's eating a little bit healthier. Nothing much better. All right, let's look here. D writes, it's good to see you tonight, Matt. Good to see you too, D. What kind of soap do you wash with? Ooh, this is like a cleanly thing. Oh, it's my baby girl. Watermelon. How about when you wash clothes or run the dishwasher, what do you use? I don't use soap. I had to tell everybody that. They get freaked out that I don't wash my hair often. Now I tell them I don't use soap. when I was at the Pure Living Expo this last week, I have to admit I used soap. I was getting like 3 hours sleep one night, 6 hours sleep another night. You know, just airplanes and stuff like that. So I felt the need at the time. But generally what I do is I just sweat and then go into cold water and bam, I'm done. Never use soap. Here in Ecuador, that is, at least. What kind of soap do I wash with? Yes, baby.
I want to sit with you.
You want to sit with me? All right. You want to say hello to the people? Maybe we could you could be part of the hangout. We don't have that many questions today anyways. All right, Rye. We've got Mam Monarch, Oria Berry Monarch, my baby girl, and Olaf. Right now, we've got 1,000 people watching Oria. Do you know how many 1,000 people is? It's a lot. It's mucho, 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 mucho. Yes, baby, go. Should we count to 1,000 just so you can see how many it is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 50. And then that's only 1/20th of how many people are on here. And then you times that by 20 times. That's a lot of people.
I'm seeing all the shrinky dinks we've got.
We're looking at all the shrinky dinks we've got. All right. I think people want to hear about your favorite thing to eat.
Cocoa water.
Cocoa water! She's always asking me for cocoa water. That's her favorite. What's your favorite snacky food that you eat?
Strawberries.
Strawberries, everybody. And what do we put on strawberries sometimes?
Almond butter.
We put almond butter on strawberries, that's right. What Angela will do is cut up berries, strawberries, and all sorts of berries, and then just drizzle almond butter all over it, and then you mix that up and then eat it. Look how long your hair is getting.
Say, I got.
Oh, it's a strawberry. Look at this, everybody. It's a strawberry shrinking ink, and we were just talking about strawberries.
This is another Oria. It's purple.
It's a purple Olaf, everybody. Okay, what else does Oria like to eat?
No nachos.
The nori nachos, everybody. This is a personal favorite of hers. Nori nachos is from Chocolate Tree. We carry that, and then she just chowed down on those.
Dada, I only like cocoa water when it's cold.
She only likes cocoa water when it's cold, everybody. So straight from the refrigerator. If it's not from the refrigerator, she ain't drinking it. Only when it's cold. This is cold. Dada likes it cold also. Oria and Dada like the same things.
I don't always.
Like the same things?
No, Dada. Always. I don't do this into a keyring.
Oh.
On this
Right.
one.
Okay.
On this one.
Right, we're trying to keep this educational for the folks here that are watching our hangout. 1,000 different people here. Okay, so here's the next question for Oria. Does she like better the green spirulina coconut chips that we make?
Yeah.
Or do you like the the ice creams that Mama makes you.
Ice cream.
She really likes this ice cream. What we bought were these ice cream things that you put ice cream in, and then it freezes, and then you could have it we call it pop-up ice cream. What are those things called?
The real name?
Yeah.
Zoku, Z-O-K-U.
Zoku. On Amazon, go check it out. So what's in this ice cream is Angela will blend up a big blend of bananas, maracuya, which is like a passion fruit, and
We got the key rings. Oh,
all the key rings right here. And the passion fruit is kind of like it makes it like almost like a popsicle. It's like the tartness, but not too much to where it's overwhelming. Bananas, almond butter, all blended together. Is there anything else I'm missing? And coconut water.
I think.
And then we freeze it.
And ice cream. The cherry ice cream.
And then sometimes you do cherry ice creams versus the other. That's right. And then you freeze that, and then she eats it. And even her cousins, who don't even eat raw, like it also. They've been eating them like crazy. We can't even keep up with it. And it's all 100% raw. Okay, what do you like better? The spirulina cocoa chips or the orange bag blessings kale chips?
You
like the kale chips better than the spirulina cocoa chips?
Yeah.
Wow. She only likes the blessing cheesy kale chips. She doesn't like her dad's, that are the exact same recipe for some reason.
I want cocoa water.
You want cocoa water?
Yeah.
You want to drink this?
No, I want in the baby cup.
She wants it in the baby cup. All right.
You're going to get it.
You want me to go get it? I'm doing a hangout here, right? This is actually good, guys, because there's only like 2 questions here. Nobody's asking questions today for some reason. All right, so maybe if I hit refresh, maybe more questions. Maybe this is like. Okay. Oria, do you like vegetable juice?
Yeah.
We make her vegetable. We always make vegetable juice, and she always drinks it. Mwah. Mwah. All right. Okay, so Dada, Orion, is going to start answering more questions because this is what he came. This is what he came to do. Maybe does anybody have a question for Orion? Do you like Dada's peanut nut cookies that he made?
Yes.
They're really, really good. It's Angela! Bringing coconut water for Oria!
Mama.
Oops.
Oh,
Oria will do anything she possibly can to stay awake. Even be part of a hangout. So people want to know what to eat when pregnant, supplement. And what do you supplement with? What do you give her to supplement?
Well, she really likes Perella tablets and the spirulina cocoa chips.
I don't want to salad.
Oh,
I want something else to eat.
what would you like to eat, Coco?
You can guess.
I can guess. You want Murray nachos?
Yeah.
Okay. You want me to go get some?
Yeah.
Okay.
Seems like we got a ham in the family here, out of nowhere.
Look.
What's Araya's favorite vegetable juice? The question just asked. What's your favorite vegetable juice, Araya?
Cocoa.
Cocoa Ada? Do you like the ones that are carrot green or carrot celery better? You like the carrot celery? The carrot green is kind of intense, isn't it? We use wild greens from our land. I knew it was carrot celery. What's your favorite vegetable juice? Carrot celery, babe?
Yeah, at the moment it's probably carrot celery.
Okay. And here are the nori nachos, everybody. I wouldn't say this is her favorite. This is Mama's favorite.
Yeah, I'm surprised that she says that's her favorite.
And what it is a nori nacho. We carry these on our website. And they're ridiculously good. Let's see if we got any comments for Araya here. Someone writes, passion fruit, coconut water, almond butter. Was there another? Sounds really good.
Banana.
Banana.
You can do fresh or frozen or a combination.
And cherries work also.
Or any kind of, it has a bit of sourness or tartness, like maybe blackberries if you don't have passion fruit. And you could use any kind of liquid. You could use almond milk or some other kind of nut or seed milk.
Cool.
But that's the recipe that we do. I mean, we made it this morning with my nieces and it's already all gone. It's pretty crazy. They really love it.
Oh my goodness, Ryan, look at all these shrinky dinks. They're hanging out the desk. See that? Right here? Okay, so someone writes, good to see all of you. Araya, what is your stuffed animal's name here? Everybody knows that. It's Olaf.
Hey, Rai, are you ready to go in the bathhouse then?
I'm going to leave all my shrinking and that.
Oh,
Now Dada.
you gave them all to Dada?
Yeah.
You're making them look really pretty for him? Yeah. Wow.
Okay, it's bath time, everybody.
He wants to come in the bath? Oh no. Should we say ciao to the people?
Ciao.
Ciao. I'm staying, guys. They're just going.
Stay, Ray.
I think it's time that me and Araya are going to start doing videos together.
Yeah.
What the heck happened? This girl, Oria Berry Monarch, hangs out with her older cousins for 5 days, and now she's like an adult. All right. Let's backtrack a little bit as I dodge my shrinky dinks here. Got some peace and quiet here now. Oh, we got lots of comments coming up. Watch them all before Araya now, and everyone just wants me to. Okay, let's just see what they are. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, so what kind of soap do I wash with? I'm not too picky, I'll use whatever. The more sudsy it is, the better it is. Of course, natural is better, but it usually doesn't work good. No, just whatever. I rarely use soap though, only when I'm traveling. And we wash our clothes. Angela just gets like a non-toxic dish soap out here. I don't know how she did it, she just found it. We're in Ecuador, so we don't have the same stuff there in the United States, so I can't really help you with that. These shrinky dinks are just temporarily mine, everybody. Okay, so here we go. McKenna Lewis writes, hey Matt, I'm thinking about getting some MSM, and I was wondering if you can recommend a certain kind. I've heard that pine resin MSM is the best quality, but I can't seem to find any. Do you know of how the Amica MSM or the Opti MSM is derived? Theirs is plant derived. and we should have it on our website. I don't know if we still do. By the way, what's going on with your guys' marine phytoplankton? I gotta keep in connection with this guy and see what's up. Let me see if we still have this plant-derived MSM on our website. We should. We have the plant-derived MSM caps with turmeric from Momica. I'm not sure why we are out of the other. I'm gonna be like, hey, Rosa, our manager, what's going on? Okay, so we'll have that soon if we don't. Anyways, while it is plant-derived, it is still just a compound of MSM. And the other MSM that we carry is a compound, and it does come from that whole entire petroleum aspect, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's not toxic or anything like that. Oh, Amica is out of the plant-derived for a long time, is what they're telling me. It's like you guys are doing business with me. Okay, so moving right along. So we have the plant-derived turmeric one. That's all. Amica doesn't have it right now. Jamie Marie Kuntze writes, what do you recommend for preventing headaches when flying in an airplane? I try to stay hydrated, either bring my own foods or fast during travel, but I inevitably get headaches every time. Join the club. It's the part of traveling for some. And I find that the best way to deal with it is if you can fast to the point where you don't eat for by the time you go to sleep and then you wake up. What I mean is you don't eat for the entire day, one day, and you got to sleep without eating, because that's when your body rebalances. So the best thing is is just to fast, and then you'll be recuperated the next day. You just saw me at the expo. I was a mess, and I just fasted, and then the next morning I was fine. I had no issues, and that was like 24 hours of traveling. That's why it was so intense. It was so hard to fall asleep. It was crazy. But when you fast, the pain I have found is more pronounced, and it's harder to fall asleep that first night, but you feel it more. You're not grounded as much. But then once you get to sleep and you wake up the next morning, it's all done and you're healed. You balanced out. If I were to eat when I wake up, I won't be balanced out. That's just what happens to me. But this is like intense traveling. We're not just talking like in a couple hours to one state to another. I'm talking like from Loja to Quito, Quito to Atlanta, 5 hours, another 5 hours, from Atlanta, 4 hours to Atlanta to California or wherever. All right. Jackson writes, a raw foods guy said that drinking cold drinks could give some people a heart attack. Uh-oh, this is freezing. Just kidding. What? Is this true? I drink iced tea all the time. I think from Ayurvedic medicine standpoint, it is really bad to drink cold drinks or ice water. You could drink room temperature drinks. I really like putting ice in my drinks. Even Oria only drinks cold coconut water. Don't mess with her. Does it turn to jello in your heart? Think of what ice cream with dairy would do. It must harden the arteries. Also know what you shouldn't drink after an hour you eat. It's not stopping me from drinking cold coconut water, 64 ounces every morning. That's freezing to where I have to get in a sauna because I'm chittering from drinking freezing coconut water. Meg writes, can she make a recipe for us? Angela does the recipes. Oria wouldn't know a recipe right now. Okay. Angelica writes, hi, Oria. What are your favorite plants that you eat outside in your garden? She's gone, but the answer would have been cucumber. She likes purslane too. What do you like to make to eat? She doesn't make things. She tells people to make her things. She's a little princess. She kind of like, whatever. What is your favorite flower? We have these big flowers that she wouldn't know the name of it, but she brought some in today, actually. They're huge. It's crazy. Okay. Okadot writes, what made you become vegan, Matt? Was there something in particular that triggered it? Well, I became raw vegan, not vegan. I was on a path just trying to find myself, I suppose, and I ran into the raw food diet. I read Norman Walker's book, this guy, Become Younger, and for the first time, I learned that refined sugar wasn't good for me. I learned processed starches wasn't good for me. I heard that animal protein wasn't ideal for me. The main reason I wanted to do 100% raw is because I realized it was the most ideal diet to the human body, or at least that's what he conveyed it as, and I didn't even know it was a possibility. So then I just went 100% raw overnight, and then crazy things started to unfold after that. Spiritual, physical, everything you can possibly imagine. So that what made me became vegan. It was purely health issues, not health issues, purely optimization of my body, not realizing what was possible. I didn't know I was eating unhealthy. I was educated and I just did it. Do you have a recipe for flax milk, Matt? I've never even heard of flax milk before. Flax milk? Don't got nothing for that. See ya. Okay, we got 4 comments. Matt, what do you suggest to do to quit smoking? Stop buying cigarettes. There's many different approaches you could do. Just like I quit processed foods overnight, you could do that with cigarettes. It's just gonna be intense. There's a withdrawal aspect. You get the shakes, you get the headaches because you're going through withdrawals. Enemas could possibly help with that withdrawal process to speed it up. You can also choose to wean off by doing less. It's a lot more difficult for many people. To do something like this, when you get a little bit, it just drives you nuts. So, I don't know. I just found the best way to do it is to do it cold turkey. And then from the spiritual aspect, the whole focus element is pretty critical because there's all these things working against you in order to get you to smoke cigarettes. It's physical and spiritual. Now, the physical aspects are obviously the withdrawals that you are going through, which is causing the shakes, the shakes, headaches, tobacco breath, and stuff like that. That's the physical aspects. Then there's the entire emotional aspect, is what you can call it, that doesn't want you to quit. It wants you tied down to it. It would be like for someone who is eliminating processed foods from their diets. If you're to eliminate processed foods, that's probably even more difficult in eliminating all that versus cigarette smoke. Because cigarettes is simply just one substance. When you go on a raw food diet or a whole foods diet, you're eliminating many substances from your diet, such as refined sugars and processed starches. They say sugar is as addictive as cocaine, with like when they test it with like in the brain and these receptors and all these other things. So what happens is it can get pretty intense, and what we got to do is kind of like focus And what generally happens is people go through loops. They eliminate processed foods or cigarettes, and they can go for a certain amount of time. And then once they go for this certain amount of time, all of a sudden, they can't take it anymore. And they cave in, the cravings, the emotional issues, all that stuff. And what's getting them to cave in is specific feelings. And it happens every time they make this attempt, and they end up back with it. And then once they do it and they fail or whatever, they go into a guilt loop. Oh, I feel guilty that I just did this. I feel guilty that I just did this. And this is extremely damaging also on a spiritual, energetic level. So what has to happen is every time we attempt again, first off, we just have to attempt again and get back on the bandwagon. And then we go and we're totally fine. And right when we reach that point where we start going through suffering and pain, which we don't have control over ourselves, to where we have to eat or smoke cigarettes again, this is the time where we have to do the focusing. It's almost like a game board. And it's like exciting that we are actually having a difficult time right now because you actually made it back to this point where you never made it past. So it's exciting. It's like you're playing Super Mario Brothers and you get to a certain point and this is as far as you've ever been. And then you usually die and start over and you keep making it here. So the goal is to make it past here now. And it's like a chessboard game in the spiritual realm going on right here in your reality. So what we have to do at this point in time is when we reach this point where you're suffering and going through pain, when you're going through these feelings of pain and suffering, it's almost like get excited because you've made it as far as you've ever made it before again. And it's exciting. Maybe this time you're going to play the game right to where you get past this. So next time you're suffering and you can't even control yourself, this is fun. This is great. I'm excited. So what we do is we focus now and we actually identify everything that is making us suffer and in pain and getting us to smoke the cigarette or getting us to eat. And then we have to focus and feel. It's these feelings that we can't stand and endure that are making us do it. So what we have to do is at that point, focus and feel the feelings and kind of endure it. Almost like, okay, wait a minute, this feeling that I'm experiencing right now that I always consider suffering and always gets me to eat or smoke cigarettes, make that your crack. This thing right now has control over you, this feeling that hurts you. But if you can feel that and you consider it pain and suffering, you say you want more spiritual energy. Spiritual energy is both the good and the bad. You got to learn both. So now you feel this feeling and it's almost like it becomes your crack in some sort of aspect. I love this feeling. Normally this thing is draining you, but now all of a sudden you're not reacting to it and now you're actually getting. It's either give or take here in every encounter you ever do. So now it's almost like this is a good thing, this feeling. And if you have faith and believe that you're not being penetrated or being hurt here, it's all about that connection that we talk about with the creator and stuff like that in previous Hangouts. So it's all about this game board. And what you consider pain and suffering, consider as joy, because it can actually aid you in your spiritual growth. Instead of running from it, look at it straight on with resistance. I don't accept that. Shrinkadinks. So just to sum that all up again, you try again. You eliminate cigarette smoke. You eliminate processed foods. You go for a certain amount of time. And then right when you're at the point where you can't go anymore, celebrate because you've made it as far as you've ever made it before. And now that you've made it this far, you get to play this game to figure out how not to eat. This is the spiritual chessboard game that we're talking about. What can you do to where you are not controlled by this? You can't control yourself. You're eating, you're smoking a cigarette. What's going on here? Why don't you have control over yourself? You got to take the control back. And asking for help, using that as your backup, that's part of it too. A lot of these addiction experts, they say, oh, I am incapable or I am out of control is what they teach people. Do you really want to be saying that? Don't you want to take your power back versus give it away? All right. How old is Oria again? She is 3.5, actually more than that. November 21st, she turns 4 years old. Pretty crazy. Meg writes, it would be cute to watch her create a food with options by you guys. It would be fun. It would be for fun. It would be cute to watch her create a food with options. What do you mean by that? Create a food with options by you guys. Meaning like we're creating a food and then she determines what goes in it and what doesn't. That's cool. I'm gonna start doing crazy amounts of videos now. We mentioned at the beginning of this video. And I'm gonna probably bring Oria into a lot of them. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, see what we can do. She's a ham now. She's hanging out with her cousins that she's met for the first time. And now all of a sudden she's an adult. What can you do? Daniela writes, hi, Matt. I'm from Brazil, but I'm moving to Paris. Here it is easy for me to eat fruits and vegetables because it is always hot. But in Paris, soon it will be cold, and I'm really emotionally attached to food. How do you think I could continue with this lifestyle considering the bad weather and the emotional issues? Oria is lovely. So you're saying you're not good with food issues. You're not good with food. So, but already, so it sounds like, forget the weather aspect. You're gonna have to be a little bit more clear here. You're saying that you have more issues because the weather's gonna be cold. So it gives you an excuse to not eat well. But it sounds like right now you already have food issues in the warm weather and you're already not doing what you wanna be doing. Is that correct? So then you're saying the bad weather. I mean, me and Angela, we've traveled all around the world. Freezing, hot. I've never had an issue being raw. I just wear more warmer clothes when it's really cold. I remember being at a talk in Chicago. It was freezing. I hadn't eaten all day. And I did this entire talk fasting. We go to my car afterwards because they weren't letting us sell product in the event. So I was selling out of the back of my car. People were begging me for it. And I'm sitting there changing, taking my shirt off in freezing weather. I had no issue whatsoever. And everyone's like, people that are overweight are like freezing there, like wondering what I'm doing half naked, changing into my pajamas because I was about to travel again. But anyways, in terms of, I don't know, I just don't ever have an issue regardless of weather. You either do it or you don't. But how do you do it? I mean, maybe eat cooked whole foods. Maybe that's easier for you. The question is, like, are you eating processed foods? That's what we want to avoid. Cooked whole foods is okay for many people. Lisa K writes, hey, Matt, someone following the whole foods diet, does a time come that you stop constantly thinking about food? Yeah. The thing is, like, are you really eating a whole foods diet? Without any other option? Like, it's like you have to make the decision. And then it could take years, of course, but your body adapts to what you're doing. Yeah, it's possible. I'm on a 100% raw food diet. It took me over a decade. It's more extreme when you're on a raw food diet. But yeah, it's definitely possible. It's happened to me with a raw food diet, so it's definitely possible on a whole foods diet. Jan writes, hi, Matt. What do you do if you start getting ulcers in the mouth? or breakouts here and there on the skin. It just happens once in a while to me. I usually have smooth skin, but sometimes I get breakouts. This probably generally happens when you're stressed, is my guess. The goal is to like stay in a relaxed state for as long as you possibly can. Is just being a relaxed state. That's like the key. One thing that can help is enemas, helps pull out the excess waste. That's just from my experience in the past. But one of the most important things we could do is relax. 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 Focus. It's okay that you have breakouts. It's okay that you have an ulcer in your mouth. Just relax. It's going to go away. Veronica Siqueiros writes, "Hi, Matt. I have severe morning sickness, can't hold nothing down, and have no appetite. Did Angela have any morning sickness? And if so, what helped her out? Thank you." I'm the pregnancy expert tonight. Angela did have morning sickness at one point. And what she would do was just look for things that sounded appetizing. She would start eating like snacky foods, like these nori nachos or something. Oh, she could eat that. She also said she liked well-presented foods. Like if it's well-presented, like really neat. So it's like, just go, well, you can just go online and look at snacky foods, maybe like a raw food store or something like that. Look at snacky foods and see what looks appetizing and just like buy a bunch. Like for example, these nori nachos, maybe you'd be able to eat those. Maybe not. It's like when she was pregnant, she was like greens. She couldn't stand greens. We have these new salad dressings that we are about to do a new items newsletter on. It's by Foods Alive. I think we have 8 of them. Next week, we're going to be having the larger sizes. I didn't realize how popular they were going to be. There's like 8 different salad dressings that are already prepared on our website. This could be something good for you. Hold on. All right. I hope that was helpful coming from a man who's never had morning sickness. Will you and Angela ever do videos together again like in the old days? Well, Ellen, as I can see, you don't like me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm bringing back the TV show. I am bringing back the TV show. Angela was just here doing a video with me right now. I do believe that since I'm going to be doing many videos again in the kitchen, I'm going to be doing recipe videos again, I do think that Angela is going to be in more videos. So I believe we will. And then we're going to be coming back to the States, and we're going to be going nutso with videos on the road again like we did in the past. So she's not going to be able to avoid it. But now there'll be a third little person in this mix, which is Oria. Oh man, I'm already caught up on questions almost. There's a couple more. And then we might have to, if there's no more questions, then we're going to have to call it quits. Okay. Margarita writes, is the stone grinder for nut butters, peely, etc. still available? A recipe for your peely chocolate, please. We don't carry the stone grinders anymore because they easily break, and you have to have, like, you have to fix it yourself, kind of, like you have to change the belt, and it could be a pain. And then if you really use it hardcore like us, I've already gone through like 3 of them. So people were getting pissed off, and I was losing so much money on these things that it just wasn't worth it to me because they held me responsible for it. But what you can do is we have a peely nut butter that has coconut sugar in it. And so that's kind of like stone ground peely chocolate right there. You could literally just buy that bad boy and put it in chocolate molds, and then you got peely chocolate all right there. And then to make it go even further, what I love to do with that, with the peely chocolate, is to add chia seeds to it. And then it makes it more like a wafery crunch chocolate bar. That's what I've been doing lately. It's amazing. And you let it sit before you put it in the refrigerator so that chia could gel up a little bit in the peely oil. If you like more of a Rice Krispie texture, you could put sesame seeds in instead and kind of just mix it. But I like the chia seed, it's the best. And you put it in the freezer. D writes, you mentioned that you eat a lot of nut butters. I love nut butters too. Is there a limit on how much we should eat? I weigh 100 pounds if that matters. If you weigh 100 pounds, you can eat as much nut butters as you want from my perspective. Even though I'm not a doctor or anything like this. Whatever you can handle. If you're gonna eat too much, if you eat too much, you're not gonna feel well. So you can go based off of that. But you gotta like figure it out for yourself, you know? Like I'm not the determiner of how much nut butter a person should eat. I just know how much I eat. Marie writes, hey Matt, hubby and I are going through the detox phase after switching to higher potassium, naturally lower sodium diet with juicing raw fruits and veggies and raw and only cooked veggies at supper. We're going through a lot of die-off, losing parasites, etc., and a lot of Hersheimer reactions. Do you have any advice on getting through the detox, exercise strategies, teas, etc.? Thanks for your help. Enemas, colonics. And it sounds like you're following somebody in order, like you have all these things that you are talking about. Like there's like rules here, like potassium and sodium and losing parasites because you're doing something in particular. Maybe you are, and Hershmeyer reactions. When a person eliminates things from their intake, they go through incredible withdrawals. Like if a coffee drinker eliminates coffee, they're gonna go through crazy amounts of withdrawals. They get the headache, they get the coffee breath, they get the shakes. So what's really happening is you've improved your diet and you've eliminated things. So you're going through deep, intense withdrawals right now. And there's people out there that make up fad diets and different things like this. And they create different rules in regards to it. And they can make it sound whatever like they want to make it sound like. But in essence, you eliminate crap, you go through withdrawals, and this is what detox is, and that's probably most likely what you're going through. And the best way, if you wanted to aid that process, enemas and colonics, like they do at the health food institutes, in order to heal people from disease, is the way to aid that process. But you got to be careful, because if you start doing something like that, you're going to become cleaner and you're going to adapt to where you require less food. And if you go back to eating what you used to eat, it might not be good on your body. You might gain more weight than you even lost because you require less food now and your body doesn't know where to put it. So it just puts it on as excess weight. But I shouldn't like beat up on people. I apologize about that. It's good to like, I'm just trying to like show what's probably most likely going on here. And I'm sure there's other things too that maybe you are doing. Maybe parasites are dying off because you've done something or other, or you're taking something, I don't know. Okay. Angelica writes, recently bought chia seeds. Do you always have to soak them before using them? I would. Can you put them in a Vitamix smoothie without soaking them? Well, they'll gel up in the smoothie because they're liquid. I've heard of people with acid reflux that would take them dry and then it would absorb the reflux and help them out. But I think it's pretty good to have it soaked in one way or another of a liquid of some sort. Like this Vitamix thing sounds okay because it gets the liquid from the smoothie. But if you're gonna put that stuff in dry, straight into your mouth, the body, it's going to need something, it's going to absorb some type of water. So it absorbs water from the body is what I'm getting from that. So, yeah, that would be my main concern. All right. How do you do an enema and how do you make one? Just go to YouTube and type in how to enema or something, and it will pop out up and you'll learn exactly how to do it. All you got to do is buy an enema bag. We also have them on our website, or you can go to the pharmacy and get one for 20 bucks. You just fill it with water and you run it through your rear end and then fill your colon up, and then that will bring the waste out once you go in the toilet. It's real simple. Just go online and you'll be able to figure that out in a second. Raw wild-crafted white kidney bean extract looks amazing, writes Jackson. It is one of our medicinal herbs, and many people use it as a starch blocker. What it does is it inhibits the amylase enzyme, which breaks down starch. So what people use it for is a weight loss supplement for when they eat a lot of carbs in their diet. So when you eat a lot of carbs and then you take if you take white kidney bean extract before that, it will inhibit the amylase enzyme, which usually breaks down the carbs. So then the carbs don't get broken down and they don't absorb, and then they pass right through. Some have reported to get a little bit of extra gas for the first 3 days of trying that. If you don't eat a high carb diet, then it might be useless, because that's if that's where you're gaining weight from. Our white kidney bean extract is the most potent available. As I've talked about our Ayurvedic herbs, you need very little bit of it. I asked Angela to test it out, the white kidney bean extract, and she took like a teaspoon of that and ate it. And I was like, because you need very little of ours. It's intense. And she was like running around the house for the rest of the day, and she had to eat more because it was like so intense to like ground her or something, because of how potent our herbs are. She took an entire teaspoon of that stuff. You only need like a quarter teaspoon. It was kind of funny. Mala Na Kolov writes, hi Matt, I'm a runner and would like to know what you recommend as the best food or natural supplement for ensuring joint health. I eat a wide variety of raw vegan diet. Well, the main thing would be to eliminate processed foods, so our bodies have to process less in order to get the nutrients and stuff like that, and it's less burden on our body. That's like the best thing we can do. I would probably say systemic enzymes are extremely good, and then drinking copious amounts of vegetable juice, because that enables like calcification to come out, especially carrot celery juice or carrot beet cucumber juice. Those two would be good for that. In building joints, I would just keep drinking lots of vegetable juice. Also, rest. You gotta like let your joints recoup if possible. Like take time off. It's almost like you realize that the massive amounts of running you're doing has a potential to point, but you really want to run, and you choose to have put that strenuous capacity on your joints. So yeah, you got to kind of figure out how to be in balance there if possible. Ellen Hidby writes, oh man, I didn't want to sound like I didn't like your handouts with your hangouts with just you. Matt, I just missed the two of you together. Much love. I know, I was just playing. Okay, Laura writes, have a nice week, everyone. Bye, Matt. Great seeing you, the family, this evening. Later, Laura. All right, everybody. It seems like that was the last question. I don't see no more. So anyhow, I guess we're gonna call it quits a little bit early tonight. I'll be doing this next Tuesday and every other Tuesday. We're gonna start bringing the TV show back. I already have 4 videos that we're going to be releasing soon, so stay tuned on that. Bum 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 bum. No more questions. So, all right, everybody. This is Matt Monarch rocking the live hangout tonight. And what we'll do is come back next Tuesday, I mean, and we'll do probably 2 hours. I'll be more hyped up and less drained and recovered more. So this is Matt Monarch, rocking the house here in Vilcabamba, Ecuador. We're going to bring the TV show back. We're coming to the stage soon. Almost have that figured out. We'll know in the next couple weeks. And we'll see you next time, next Tuesday. Peace.